Well, the Fed has cut interest rates by 25 basis points, which means 0.25%. We saw silver and gold rebound overnight. Is it done? Could it go up a little higher? We'll do the usual gold, silver, platinum price analysis. I might take a chart request or two. And you never know what else could happen here. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, guess what? You get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. But in the first 1 minute of the show, we do here the Synchronised Slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage of whatever kind that is. Probably usually some kind of caffeinated beverage in the morning. Whatever it is, I hope it's tasty for you and it's not too unhealthy. That's, we want everyone to live long enough to prosper from the coming capital rotation into precious metals. But I digress. Let's do the synchronized slurp. You must do it audibly. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Slurp it. Ooh, did everyone catch yesterday's show? A few people did. Great to see so many of you here. I'm Joe Main, worked in the precious metals industry here in Australia, in the retail industry, over 3 major bullion dealers. Now I do this show every single weekday morning. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. 797 subscribers. We're cracking up to 1,000. At 1,000, we'll be giving away another silver coin. This happens to be a copper coin, so don't worry about that. Copper round. Giving away some more silver at 1,000. Make sure you're part of the team and part of the family if you want to get one of those, maybe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Wealthstack, wealthstack.com, and my private GMS membership, which gets you exclusive discounts from Perth Bullion Exchange. But we'll talk about that a little bit more. Hey, it's great to see you. Let's do the shout-outs, then we'll talk about the Fed cutting rates, etc. The first commenter, Gerald Draper. Fair enough. Glad the election is over and I can comment in live chat again. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Just finished raking leaves. Good on you, man. Good morning to my friends in Australia. Great to see you on the show again, Gerald. Gerald, once again, I'll put a little call out. I would love to interview you in some kind of either face-to-face or some kind of anonymous way. If you can do voice only, something like that. I'd love to interview you about osmium. You've awakened my mind to this osmium thing. I just want to find out a little bit more about it. Send me an email to gmstackers@gmail.com. gmstackers@gmail.com. Let us know if we can have that chat. That'd be great. GM folks, great to see you. Chat mum in the house, is she? Oh, wow, goodness me, it's got to be Tony Peterson. Tony Peterson is here in the house. Pete, repeat, GMS. Hi, everyone. Make sure your chat is set to live. Not top chat. Thank you, Lance, for the hot tip. Mark, Florida. GMS, everyone behave yourselves. Miss Tony, our beloved chat mum, is monitoring. She will... haven't even given her admin privileges. I will do that. I'll give her banhammer privileges, I think. Not that Tony would probably do much of that. Knackers O'Reilly. Good to see you. I've had trouble getting a chat bar on chats too lately. Oh, that's weird. Don't know why. GMS, y'all. You're not even from the States. And he's like, GMS, y'all, says Ben Ferrugia. Not related. I confirmed previously, not related to any of the very famous musicians of the Ferrugia family, of which there are many. A drummer in particular. Let's see. Ben has a GMS from Chris Phipps from PDX. What's the Chris? No, that's not Chris Phipps. Chris, yeah, you're the UK one. No, I've forgotten now. I think you're the UK one or the Portland one. I think you're the UK one. Debt is great, GMS. Like and subscribe, people. Yes, hit the big red subscribe button and hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. 797 subs. Fantastic. Richard Pearnott, it's been a while since I've seen you. GMS, I don't think Trump is the world's savior as everyone seems to think. No, probably not. Nothing's all, nothing's everything. So maybe not, but a step in the right direction. I think at least for the United States, can't tell what that's going to do to our country or any other country around the world because, we are competitors and it's a good thing to be competitors. But don't forget when your biggest competitor is, doing really well, it makes you want to do well at the same time, right? Let's see. Vanessa, it's been a while. We'll get to the live gold, silver, platinum analysis in just a second. You are the PDX guy. Sorry, Chris. I knew you were. What's the emotional state like in PDX at the moment? Is like people like drawn their shades and all that? I want to find out from the PDX guy from Portland, Oregon. Very highly left leaning. Would love to know what's the situation there at the moment. Nakazawa said got some silver yesterday at BN. Hey, you got some silver yesterday, then you'd be in the black for that at the moment because we have seen a little price rise overnight. Tony says I can understand why YouTube doesn't allow me chat bars in certain chats sometimes. Oh, because you go a little bit too tinfoil hat. That's okay. I allow all of it here. Gerald Draper, nope, Trump is just another soldier, a big chess piece on the board. Yeah, that's very, very quite possible. Well done, Neckers. Me too. Bought 2 ounces of unallocated gold for the self-managed super fund too. Well done, Pete. That is excellent to see. Okay, people, let's talk about the Fed. The Fed cut rates 25 basis points, meaning 0.25%, 0.25%. Overnight, and we saw a little jump in the gold and silver prices. So let's take a look at the gold and silver prices, see what they've done, and we'll try and answer the question: is that it? Is the bottom in now? Is it because they've cut, 0.25%? Does that mean only up from here? Let's take a look at the prices. I'll share the screen for you. Of course, again, you want to get this every single weekday morning. This is what you do. You join the GMS family. This is gold on I'm showing you the 4-hour time frame priced in USD, 2,705. If you remember yesterday's show, in which involved a singing intro, first time I've sung the intro properly. I was a little bit happy yesterday, as you can probably tell why. But as I mentioned yesterday, we were around this general area. We're around the mother of all trend lines. Okay, this is the one just for my new subscribers. All 2 of you, I think, or 4 of you. This is the mother of all trend lines. Goes all the way back to 1980, 2011, and then we recently hit it again. Saying it's been peaky-ish from here. We've popped up to 2,800, basically 2,790. You can call it 2,800 even if you want. And then we had a very clear move right back down to the support level, rough support level of the mother of all trend lines right there. I did say you would want to hold this as support, and I did say on the 4-hour time frame, I was saying, looky that we're already in extremely oversold or undervalued for gold on the 4-hour time frame. I was suggesting that a bit of a pump might be coming in the next 24 hours, and watch out for a resistance level of 2,700. Give or take, thereabouts. Again, this is really easy stuff. I'm not saying, woohoo, look at me, I'm the greatest in the world. No, it's just anyone who's spent any time watching the charts can go, okay, well, you break down out of an area of support, you come back down, you have a rebound, and you test resistance. That's about it, right? But we have seen that move to about that 20. It's actually basically on the money. I said about 2,700, but technically it was here at 2,710, and we've had a resistance at 2,710. Okay, cool. So that's gold. We'll stay on gold, then we'll do silver, etc. Also take a look at the gold to silver ratio today as well. It's had a bit of a dip. So that's the 1-hour time frame, which is what I want to look for is signs of what could happen in the next 24 hours, or I should say close of the weekend, because we are Friday today, or in the next 24 hours. We are creeping up on the 1-hour time frame on the relative strength index. So we could have a bit more of a pump from here, a little bit more of a pump, okay? But we will be getting into extremely overvalued. We're in extremely undervalued. We'll go to extremely overvalued, and then we will tick over at some point. Why? Because guess what? Price goes up and down. Let's see. What would be the area I would need to break? If I wanted to see higher prices coming, I would need to break this trend line here. So that's why I would hazard a guess and say, if we pump further, I'm not saying we are, if we do, you'd be looking at around about here, which would find the resistance. So that's around about that level at your $2,730, call it, because that's based on that right there, okay? And it's butting up against this trend line. Okay, cool. So that's where you would probably find some resistance, and then what it does from there, I don't bloody know, neither do you. But what you would want to see, if you want to see it pump higher and make further highs before we see the longer term, the short term peak, which I think is 80% a chance we're in the short term peak at the moment. But what you want to see to negate that would be to close above here, do something like the following: close above, You'd probably find resistance here at 2750. Then you would want to see, and this is what you want to see, a retrace of back down to about that 2730, 2720, bounce off it, and then onwards and upwards. That's the scenario you would want if you want to see it pump to the 3,000 psychological value first before we see the longer term, the short term retrace of maybe a couple of months, 2-3 months, something like that. So that's what you would want to see. But if you want it to go down from here, this is what you want to see. You want to see a rejection here and then a bounce back down. We're talking something like that kind of thing. That's what you would want to see, and crack below the mother of all trend lines. And then very likely she would be heading down, and that would really confirm a decent close on a daily time frame, particularly the week, and we've only got another 24 hours or so for that. If we close the week below here, or a day below here, then I'm saying, oh, right, that's definitely the peak is in for the short term, and we're going to have a short-term retrace. Again, a couple of months, maybe a little bit longer. So that's what you've got to watch out for right there at 2,730. Cool? Cool. We won't do any more than that because I've talked about lower prices. You could check my video from yesterday. That's pretty much it, I guess. Watch out. No, we'll talk about lower prices later. We haven't even confirmed it yet. I'm 80% sure that we will tick over here, but 20% could be wrong. Yeah, that's it. That's gold. That's all you need to know. That's gold. Quick and to the point. Silver. Here's what it's done on the 25 basis point rate cut, I should say. Money printer goes slightly extra burr. So we found support at the 31 line, the final hurdle. What is my final hurdle for my new subscribers? I'll get rid of that for a moment. Let's get rid of all the noise. Get rid of all the noise. Let me hide all that. 31, as I've been saying to my subscribers since May, basically since I started the show, 31 is a huge line in the sand for me. I can't show you, but right here at 31, it was because I haven't got all the indicators on, it was a huge, not here at $30.20, the previous resistance, 31 right there. It was a huge level of resistance on a major Fibonacci level from the old highs of the 1980s and the old lows of the early 90s, okay, between here and here, 31. So I've been saying you close any month above 31 and then it's a good go time to see higher prices, okay? So then here's what we did in July, or was it August? Oh no, it was it was last month. In October, in September, we finally closed above 31 right there. Okay, there's your 31 final hurdle. It was such a slight close above. I was a little bit like umming and ahhing, but it seemed like it was definitely close. It was definitely correct because then we saw that huge move up to nearly that 35 level. So while we're above 31, while we're closing days and weeks, days and longer time frames above 31, I'm cool for higher prices to continue. So far on the daily, we have respected that, okay? Doesn't mean we will, but so far we have. And gee, look at that. Looky, a spike below at fake two out, spike below, but closed above. So we've closed above, so that looks so far so good. We just need to remain above 31. And you start closing below 31, then I'm going to say, well, definitely you'd come down to 29.80. You break 29.80 and you're coming down to the 28 to 26 level. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. Again, short and sharp. Some people believe that this is the turnaround here and that we continue onwards and upwards to the, finish the year 2024 higher than where we are right now and higher than the $34.80 mark. I don't think that's the case at the moment. I do think gold's 80%, I'm 80% sure. Again, I'd love to be wrong. 80% sure that the short-term peak is in. Could be wrong though, and I'll call it if I am. But because where gold goes, silver tends to follow. Okay, so I do think we're more likely to tick over at the moment. I'll give that an 80% chance. Maybe I should have been more fence sitting and done maybe a 60 or a 70, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, but what would negate all this? Well, of course, cracking back above and closing days, not spiking above, closing days above 32.50. So then I'll say, oh, okay, interesting. But really, you would want to close above this trend line right here. That's the current one. Through there and through there. Get it? Got it? Good. Are there any other trend lines that we need to respect? Let me just give me a second right there. No, I'll leave that out for now. Yeah, that's it. I think we're going to see lower prices. Could be completely wrong, and we'll be happy to be wrong. So please don't do anything I say. It's not financial advice. Dollar cost average anyway. It's your best way to go. Above 31, okay, cool. We're in kind of like a holding pattern between 31 and 32.50. Let's see what the price does, because it's going to do what it's going to do despite what we think about Fed rate cuts, etc. Even though we've had this Fed rate cut, my feeling is the price doesn't care. Yep, we've had a Fed rate cut. It's only 25% basis points. A lot of people thinking, was that coming? So is that pricing it in already? So I think even though we've had the rate cut, I think the prices do continue down from here. Could be completely wrong. And who the hell am I anyway? I'm just some dude. Right. That is silver. Let's take a look at platinum. Cool, platinum. Trading range. That's it. Still in my cautiously excited area. I should probably write it in. Between the thick yellow line and this yellow line, I'm cautiously excited. We saw that support level bang on. This thick yellow line goes back to all the way to 2008. It's a very key major, the mother of all trend lines for platinum. And we're just in a trading range, and that's all I've got to say. It will make its decision either way very soon. It either, if it cracks up like this, does that. That's really good. I'm in getting excited territory. I'll be getting really excited if we do that right there. That's getting really excited, getting excited here. Close above here, please. That would be really nice. Or if we do the following, something like that. Not great news for platinum, and then we'd be heading back down into the depressed zone, which means more likely we head through here, which means more likely we head down at least to the best buy zone on platinum. Okay, 900 to 700 USD. 700's quite unlikely. Okay, you've got a few stops along the way, 840, and there's an 871 there. We're nowhere near there. Okay, we're in cautiously excited, so that's cool. I'm just giving you the two sides of the bullion coin. Cool. That's platinum. That's really all you need to know. Gold to silver ratio. Gold to silver ratio failed to hold. Okay, failed to hold. So silver has taken a little bit of center stage in the last couple of days. Again, failure to hold in the neutral zone right here. What's that? No, that's good. Neutral zone right there. I know it's very busy. It's very liney and very busy. But there's not a lot I can do about that. Out of interest, what did we see? I just saw this. Oh, I love this stuff. Okay, see this trend line right here? This goes through that key level and that key level, right? If I just extend that a tiny little bit, and I'll just adjust it the tiniest little bit right there. Gee, what do you know? Okay, so that trend line right here, where did we close at a roundabout? We closed the roundabout there. So intersecting two major lines. Again, really busy, and it's a bit like it looks like an MC Escher painting, it looks like a Picasso painting. This is the neutral zone. This two thick yellow lines right here was saying that it's any metals game. We creeped into it, but we closed just around the bottom edge of it, and now we're creeping back down. So silver is still in play, okay? Really in play, which is good. What would be lovely to see would be a quick move back down. Just follow this line here, something like that, up and down, sure. But, back down here, below here of 80.5, 80.6, below the bottom end of this rectangle right here, confirms silver's long-term dominance against gold. Okay, so this could be the tick over right here. That could be the fake out, and we go, haha, sucked in gold. It is not your time. It's silver's back. Okay. We just need to see it close below there. You close below there, it's go, 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 go time for silver against gold. Very, very, very confident of that. And yeah, that's it. We start cracking above here. Well, that's then the opposite is true. Gold to silver ratio. Just want to quickly look at the AUD to USD, just out of interest for my Aussie subscribers. Since Trump got in, what's happened? Since Trump got in the last couple of days, okay, we've seen a move back up in the last 24 hours. Okay, so it's strengthening against the US dollar at the moment. We're at the bottom end here on the AUD to the USD. So we're on the bottom end. We had that fake out right there. It's another, this could creep right up. So we could continue to strengthen against the USD. That's not preferable for your any of your assets denominated in that are based in USD. So it's not great for your gold and silver spot price if we're strengthening against the US dollar. Not great, but you know, as long as both are going up, well, can you complain too much? But yeah, just in this holding pattern, it's going to break at some point. It's either going to break down through here, and then we're probably heading to at least 60. It's going to convincingly break, I should say, or it's going to start cracking back up here, and then we're talking your 70s, your 75s, your 80 cents, that kind of thing. That's a big line in the sand there, your 80 cents. You wouldn't want to see that crack 80. Not great, not great. But it might be good for you depending on what type of business you're in. Again, if you're wanting to buy things denominated in USD, then it might be good for you from the buying side, okay? In terms of buying silver at a cheaper rate in Australian dollars, if that makes sense. Yes, it does. Good. So you might want to see it go to parity again so that you can scoop up a whole bunch of precious metals at a cheaper price. Cool? Good. That is all that. Do I have any chart requests? And then we'll do some comments, etc. Hope everyone's enjoying their day. Let's get some comments on what we've just spoken about. And then get your chart requests in now. Is anything that I've never taken a look at before? Or if you have something I want to take a second look at, I'll do that too. I give preference to something I've never seen before, but I would also do something I've also looked at previously. Let's see. Chris says about Portland, everything is calm and business as usual today. Interesting. My downtown local coin shop has plywood covering their windows, but still open for business. Yeah, if any town, if any city was going to have a bit of unrest, it's Portland. Although we saw it in Chicago, didn't we? We saw some spontaneous protests happening in Chicago called paid. They are paid. Let's see. Well, most of them are paid, or the organisers, and then you'll get the stragglers, of course. Richard Pin, chart request. Oh, great. Bellevue Gold Limited, BGL. Also would like to know about your opinion on Solana. Solana is a crypto. Yes, it is. That's interesting. I might do. I usually do about an hour show. I think I might have time for both. Here. Let's see. I'll quickly read some other comments. They're going to try and swap some generics for coloured and cull backdated American Silver Eagles. Interesting. Yes, Hillcrest. Yeah, we've done that. We've done HLRTF before. Rose 30% since I last looked at it. Okay, interesting. I noticed this morning that BN has taken down their 1 ounce gold unallocated. Maybe got a heap of orders yesterday. Yes. So what an unallocated program will usually do is they will remove it if they've had lots of orders. And if they're a little bit too long in gold, okay? If they don't want, because they've got a hedge and all that, if they look at their balance sheet and they go, geez, we're really long gold at the moment, we need to sell some to balance it, then they might, or it could be one of two things. They might just go, we're just going to hold off on adding more unallocated gold, or it could just be, we just got to replenish, we just got to click a button and replenish it. That's it. So it could be one of two things. I was hoping for further PM falls for lower purchase points. Well, you never know. My feeling it could be going lower. It dropped 50% below the new floor of 48 in Australian. Okay. Buy silver. Neil. See, we've got now, I like this. We've got the osmium crew in. Buy silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. You said that yesterday, that exact same thing in that exact same wording. Niels Hahn Dynasty. Are you copying and pasting? But that's okay. Looks like Neil and Gerald Draper are crystallized osmium people. I want to hear from either of or both of you on the show. All about it. I want to interview one of you. I'm used to seeing your name in blue, Neil. I don't know what that's all about. Always pleased to have USA Chat royalty in our chat. Do we have USA Chat royalty in our chat? Who's USA Chat royalty? Is there something I'm not getting? What am I not getting here? Give me 1 second. Is there something I'm not understanding? Tell me why. Chat royalty. USA chat royalty. Good to see. Interesting. I am a Sutherland, only one born in America. Yeah, Bellevue, you've already... so you've gotten into it. I think we're going to do yours. Bellevue. I'll get to some of your other comments. All right. Richard Pin has asked for Bellevue Gold Limited. It was BGL, I believe. Let me go back. Yep, BGL. Okay. Chart request time. We're going to do Bellevue Gold Limited, BGL. Okay. And if we have time, also wants to know my opinion on Solana, a crypto. I might talk a little crypto today if everyone's okay with that. Of course, on the private channel, which is on my private channel, on my private membership program, which is at goodmorningstackers.locals.com/support, because it gets you to the right page to sign up. $10 per month. What it gets you? Exclusive content. I will be talking about crypto. I'll be talking about stuff that's extra spicy stuff I may not be talking about here, more political kind of stuff, talking about health and wellness, all more personal kind of stuff. Of course, pew pew, that's what I do for a sport. I'll be talking all about that kind of stuff. Lots of videos coming on that side of things that I really can't kind of show here too much. For good old YouTube, a private community of like-minded stackers. This is where you can all gather and talk while we're not live. I only do this show for an hour, 5 days a week. You can chat with everyone, form your groups, etc., your little cliques and all that, buy, swap, and sells in the Good Morning Stackers private membership, but it also gets you amazing discounts from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. I'll share that maybe after the first chart request. Cool. I just did a little segue into there, didn't I? Let's see. Let's take a look at BGL. Let's share the screen, people. BGL. Bellevue Gold Limited. I don't want that. BGL. Nope. Bellevue Gold Limited. Right here on the ASX. Great. So some kind of gold mining, gold company thing. I don't know. Are they a gold? Are they a producer? Are they an explorer? Are they in exploratory mode, etc.? Let's take a quick look. This is BGL. Okay. BGL, my first look of Bellevue Gold Limited. Cool. Again, as I say a lot of the time, people will say to me, you don't know who BGL is? I haven't been into the mining stocks and all that. So I don't know all the big players and all that. So if they're a big player, my apologies. I've been more into stacking just the physical precious metals. I'm starting to look into miners at the moment. I've got a couple of little plays going on. But BGL, okay, Australian dollars. This goes all the way back to January of 2012, where it was 50 Australian cents. Dang. 1 cent. 1 cent. In October of 2014, a high of $2.15. Just give you a little indicator, people. 20,000%. That's a 200x move. Shoot. If you had held, no one's gotten this perfect. Because psychology-wise, no one's gotten it perfect, and no one's done this. There wouldn't be one single person in the world that bought here and sold here, okay, at your $2, $2.15. Okay, didn't happen, but out of interest, that hypothetical person, 200 times in 10 years. That's not bad, okay? But let me get rid of that. Well, that's also on the monthly. This is the quarterly time frame. Let's take a look at the monthly time frame. Cool. We're going to use some Fibonacci to see if there's any areas of confluence. We'll do some trend lines, and yeah, that's it. And support and resistance. And really, I do take a look at the relative strength index to see the general direction in which it may be going. It has been going and may be going. Start off with the fib. I just want to see, I always want to check if there's areas of confluence. Let's see. That high and that low is the clear one. Ha! Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. That's pretty good. What do you think? I think that's pretty darn good. Again, Fibonacci isn't perfect, okay? But you can show you areas, okay? So again, this high, of that 50, and I'll try and get it as exact as I can. That's probably close enough for Jazz. Right there, and yeah, that low, cool, of your 1 cent. Okay, very clearly, since posting that high and that low, you had a couple of key resistance and support levels. Resistance level at, gee, what do you know, the 50 mark, the 0.5 mark. Again, from the old high in 2012 and the old low right here. So if you had done the following, okay, if you had done the following and gone like this, let's see, let me go back here. If you had done the following and gone like this, and this is not, I'm not saying it's super predictive and blah, blah, blah. If you'd done the following, you saw, oh, this high and this low, and maybe you saw it crack up to say here, and you definitely reckon that's the low. You go, oh, that's the high and that's the low. Okay, I'm going to forward project, and then you've got some key levels right there. You go, excuse me, right? You could probably easily see. Why did I do that? I don't know, actually. You could maybe have forward projected some resistance and support levels. Resistance right here on the, again, on the monthly time frame. Each candle is 1 month, so it failed to close, had a couple of spikes, but it closed 3 months, failed to close around that resistance of 27.5 Australian cents. Okay, that was a pretty good on the money Fibonacci level right there. Failed move to break above, oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move in the opposite direction, and then you at least had a spike down to the general area of the 0.23, so that 0.236, that's at 13.5 cents, although you did overcorrect a little bit to 12 cents. Cool. Then since then you broke the all-time high, and then this isn't it's not surprising. Then you come back to test it as support. So you wouldn't really call it the Fibonacci, you just call it the previous all-time high there of 53 cents. Skirted around it for a while. Let's see. Yeah, you could call that rough support. General cluster of support, a big spike down. General cluster of support on the monthly time frame at the 0.786 at the 42 cent mark. And then since then, a huge crack up. And where did we find the next amount of resistance? Not at the 1.618, at the 2.618 at $1.38, $1.40. Okay, so failure to crack through there, definite resistance. Now this hasn't really respected Fibonacci too much right there. And since then, not so much. You've got a little bit of resistance right there. But I would say for now, that's pretty good. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to keep that in as a Fibonacci levels. It won't be exact, but watch out for potential resistance levels if we do move higher. And I would watch out for 85.5 cents to want to be respected as a level of support. And currently, what do you know? Currently right now we are on the weekly time frame. Yeah, support. Oh, support right there. Resistance, support. Okay, that's pretty good. Cluster, resistance there. Okay, yeah. So that is on the weekly time frame. Back to the monthly. What I see on the monthly, though, is we are trending down so far on the relative strength index. That looks like that was a bearish divergence. What's a bearish divergence? It is where you are going up, and this is on a very long-term time frame, okay? This is a very long-term bearish divergence. This is where you're generally going up, so number go up, but relative strength index going down, okay? That says something's not right. Even though the price is going right up, you would have to have a big retracement at some point, okay? Bearish divergence, that's going down, that's going up again over a very long period. Okay, but now looks like we're now trending potentially in the correct direction, or they're trending with each other. So I'm going to suggest, look, I could be completely wrong here. You could find support here, but I do think that we may continue our way down on BGL. Okay, I don't think it's not necessarily true that we're going to see massively higher prices from here. I could be wrong, because if this is in the mining sector, which it seems to be, of course, then if generally a rising tide raises all ships, but you are trending down on the quarterly time frame as well. 1 to 3 times in extremely overvalued. And then, look, I must say though, look, each time, 1, consolidation, 2, consolidation, support level, 3, we're back in the consolidating area. So I could be completely wrong here. We are just trending down though, okay? But look, so I can't give you a definite yes or a definite no. So I'm going to say watch out for support right there on the relative strength index on the quarterly time frame. So we're talking, you know, longer time frame. You would want to hold that as support. So hey, if you did something like this, you came down, we have a bit of a dip in the price, but a dip in the relative strength, and you find support there and it cracks back up. Hey, it could be a fourth time that we go back, and this could be the big one. This could be the big one if, you know, if when gold is going through its big thing, gold miners are going even crazier than gold spot. That's when you could finally get into like the extremely overvalued area. So that might be the time. Okay, just watch for that. You will not want to see that crack below. That wouldn't be good for BGL. Crack below there, not good. You're going to be coming down further. The major support levels, pretty clear, are going to be, I would say, I would want to see, I would want to see 85 hold. So I'll pop that in there. Hold here, please. Cool? Cool. That's what I want to see hold and bounce off there. The only thing from there you would say, and this is all spitballing, okay? We don't know what really is going to happen. But if you came down to there and then you came back up, let me do that again. If you came back down to there and you came back up, you'd have to be watching out for the head and shoulders pattern, which is that, which would be something like there, and then that would be the right shoulder and then down, okay? What would negate my more bearish outlook on this to say, hey, onwards and upwards from here, I want to see it crack and hold it, convincingly hold above the $1.30 area, where right about where we are right now. Okay, I would want to see it do this and that kind of thing. Cool, cool. And for me, what would be the final hurdle to say that we are crack onwards and upwards from here? Yeah, I know. Let's see. I'm gonna say $1.70. $1.70 would be the final hurdle, I think, for me. Cool. So you crack $1.70, and then we're looking good potentially for higher prices. It's basically that area right there, that $1.66, $1.70. You can see it on the quarterly time frame. Key level of support, key level of resistance. So yeah, I'll say right there at $1.66. Okay. Final hurdle. $1. Let's just call it $1.70 even. Is that okay? $1.70 AUD even is your final hurdle. You'll want to crack above there and do something like that. You want to, in the next couple of months, what you would love to see is this become more of a solid green, but do that, and then that's looking really good. Cool. That's it. That's that one. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can do that right now. That is BGL. I won't do higher profit targets from here. Let's just see where the price goes. And someone remind me about this if we do indeed start cracking back up. Then we'll take a look at higher profit taking areas. Yeah, just hold there though at $1.85 and definitely no lower than 53. But if you're getting back down here, you break that 60-cent level right there. If you break that, you're probably coming back down. Cool, that is that. And I will take a look now at my second one. So this is just for the, time code. Second request. I'm going to turn that on. There we go. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I am going to get some kind of better lighting. Here we go. Second chart request of the day. We're going to take a look at a crypto. We're going to take a look at Solana. We might take a quick little look at crypto in general, just out of interest. But we'll just take a quick look at Solana. Once again, this is for Richard Pin. You got both of them in today. Of course, don't forget, people, my super chats are open if you feel like donating to the show. It helps the show going. You can also buy me a coffee, buymeacoffee.com/Good Morning Stackers. Buy me a coffee helps support the show. Join my membership program. That also helps me do the show. goodmorningstackers.locals.com/support. I did say, sorry gang, I do it to you every time. I did say I would have to briefly talk about my Brand sponsors Perth Bullion, perthbullion.com.au. Australia's only dealer to offer free shipping on all discount volumes, meaning buy over a certain amount, you get free shipping. No other company in Australia dares to do it. Blah, blah, blah. You know all the good stuff. You know I love these guys. You know I love Ricky at Perth Bullion Exchange doing great guns on the YouTube channel, of whom I've been teaching them the skills of creating consistently engaging content on YouTube. So if you want to learn how to do that for your business, any kind of business, I've done it for multiple different types of businesses, reach out to me, please. But Perth Bullion Exchange, 719 subscribers. They're doing regular videos. They do unboxings. They do educational videos. They do not auctions. They do specials of the week and all that amazing stuff that you would want to see from a good bullion dealer's YouTube channel, okay? Of which I started Bullion Now's YouTube channel, and I launched and grew that channel from 0 to 20,000 subscribers by the time I left. And I can do that for your business as well, any kind of business. Check them out, but of course, check out their amazing range. And of course, if you want to buy for the best prices, you buy from them anyway because they have a great range and the prices are fantastic too. But out of interest, if you want to get an even better discount, yes, I'm plugging me for a second. If you join the GMS private membership program, you never pay the singular price if there is a quantity discount. So if there's no little table down here, then you've just got to pay what they would normally charge. But on any product on the website, if you see a quantity discount tier, you instantly get the first discount. Instantly. Even if you're buying one. You don't pay a singular price, you pay the discount. Then, if you buy enough and you qualify for the normal tier discount, you get the next tier discount down. So if you want to buy one of these and you're a member of my program, you don't pay $53.43, you pay $52.93, okay? But if you buy 20 of these, you don't pay $52.93, you pay $52.43, right? Cool, good. Plus, you automatically get that free shipping from Perth Bullion Exchange because you've bought over 20. It's just amazing. So it does pay to be part of my membership program. You know what also pays? It pays to be someone who shares information. And you should share this with your normie friends, okay? The people who don't like us stacking people, they think we're weird. So you send them the Wealthstack.com app. Wealthstack.com, you can buy gold on your phone, Android or iPhone. Unallocated gold program, fully backed by real physical metal, held for you under your name, held for you by one of the world's largest precious metals wholesalers and storage facilities. They're LBMA registered. Wealthstack.com, even though it doesn't have the .au on the end, it's an Australian-based company, fully Australian regulated. Okay, they will be adding silver, they'll be adding platinum. You're going to get a debit card. You're going to be able to redeem for physical gold. All I ask you at the moment is to head over to wealthstack.com. At least check them out, please, because they really want to get stackers on side. That's why they reached out to me. That's why they're my second brand sponsor. Head over to wealthstack.com. Go down to the bottom left-hand side, click on the frequently asked questions page, read all the frequently asked questions, and send this to your friends and family who just don't want to hold the physical metal. Some people don't, and we get it. Send them here. It's a great deal. Spot plus 1%. To buy gold of any amount. You buy $1 million of gold or $10 of gold, it's only going to be spot plus 1%, okay? They're not going to sting you harder because you're only buying $10. You don't pay higher premiums because you're buying in fractions of a gram, okay? It's a really good program, and I really do highly advise that you check it out and at least you send it to your normie friends. Good, good. Thanks for that. Thanks for your patience. Chart request time. Now you've got it. Let's take a look at Solana. We've had a request for Solana. I've been in crypto since 2013. No, I am not a gajillionaire. Everyone makes their mistakes. So I've certainly done that. Okay. But it's looking very interesting at the moment. I'll share you the screen. Let's share the screen. Take a look at Sol. Let's see. Where is my crypto stuff? All in red. Right here. Marked in red, I should say. Interesting. This is Sol, and I have been following Sol, of course. Sol in USD, 195 US dollars at the moment. Okay, this is the quarterly chart. Each candle is 3 months. Let's go back and take a look. As you can see, I've already got stuff on here because I do follow this stuff. But out of interest, opened in Sol was like $1 back in October of 2020, or in 2020. Sol was $1. It's now, it was over $200. It got to $260, okay? So that's a 260 times move, okay? 26,000%. This is the power of crypto if you're in crypto, okay? You can lose big, but you can also win big at the same time. You can win bigly. On the monthly time frame, gee, it's looking interesting. I follow some people. I follow, listen to all and follow none. I follow a bunch of different people who have differing opinions. There's a bunch of people that I follow called, and I've talked about them before, North Star Bad Charts. They're one of the only paid subscriptions that I have. I find that I align with them a lot with technical analysis. They do a great job, and it just seemed to have aligned with mine as well. We're sort of kindred spirits. They are looking at a potential breakout on Sol, okay? And it's looking breakout-ish, all right? On the opposite side of that, there's another bunch of people that I follow, and they believe that Sol might get back to the all-time high, but they don't believe it's actually going to get higher than the previous all-time high of around about $260. They feel that's the top out there. I don't know who to believe, but if we're basing it on the technicals rather than just the fundamentals, the technicals look interesting for Sol, okay? Here's what you need to note, though. It has already been in, so we've had this high and this low. So the high of 260 in 2021, the low all the way back down to $8 in 2022, okay? And then since then, that huge move back up to, gee, what do you know? The 0.786 level from the old high and the old low. From that high and that low, the 0.786 at $200. Again, a lot of people talk about, and I disagree, a lot of people talk about the 618 because it's the golden ratio, 618, blah, 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 Fibonacci, and they say, if it's cracked above the 0.618, and that's the point. This is what other people say. They go, this isn't a dead cat bounce. It's not a relief rally anymore because we've cracked through the 0.618. Right? But I go, no, you just got to watch out for the 0.786. That's the real kicker, okay? Sometimes what you can find is that it comes up and it tests you to the very last emotional edge, okay? Where you go, it's above the 0.618. It's getting to I'm getting in. And then it goes, no, you don't. Sucked in, right? And sometimes, maybe not in this case, but sometimes it's the relief rally or the dead cat bounce and it comes all the way up to here and does the big turnaround from here, okay? Doesn't always happen, but it can. But this is interesting. We've had a consolidation, okay? Back down to $110, and it looks like it might be ticking over. Let's show you on the weekly time frame. We'll have to look at a few other things here. Extremely overvalued twice. In recent memory, this is in this year, okay? I'm going back about 6 months. Extremely overvalued on the weekly, extremely overvalued on the weekly again. We may have turned the corner here. We're not above it though, so this is interesting. I can see both sides of the coin here on both the people that I follow. I can see both sides of this. So if you have a look at down here, right there, there's your resistance level. There's your resistance level at 200. This other, they're the bow tied community. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it. The bow tied community, it's a large community of anyway. The bow tied people put out an email just the other day saying, and they've been saying it for a while, Sol won't crack 200 again. But if it does, it won't crack 260. Out of interest, we haven't cracked this resistance level right here. It's looking very interesting though, and that's why North Star Bad Charts, for example, are like, this could really break out. However, look, on the daily time frame, we're going into extremely overvalued. Weekly, we haven't cracked through here yet. Okay, could this be? I can see both arguments for this. Could this be right here? Is the dead cat bounce? Could this be the tick over and then we head back down? Because, we've been in extremely overvalued for a while. I know a lot of you don't care about crypto, and that's okay, but some of us do, so that's why we're doing it. Could this be the trend line? What did I do there? No. Could that be that? Like something like that? It needs to crack over there to convince me. But out of interest, it's looking interesting. On the monthly, we are cracking back up. Just bear in mind, we've been extremely overvalued. So this could be a big trap for you, okay? And it can trap you. It has, and it does, and it has before, and it will again. It can trap you out where it does a sort of like a double top situation and then back down. Be careful with Sol, okay? We are not out of the woods. We're not in breakout territory just yet, I don't think, okay? It's looking positive, but don't be so sure. Now, let's presume that we are sure. Let's presume it does break out from here and it does crack the $260 mark. Where could we go from here? Well, if we're using Fibonacci, and I think it's a pretty good one to use, you're looking at, and we're talking if crypto will continue, which I think it might, over the next 9 to 12 months, roughly late next year, Q4 next year, if crypto continues a big run, which it might do, okay, if the cycle plays out like it normally does, and Trump got in, and pro-crypto, okay? I'll talk about JD Vance in just a second. I'll inform you of something. If you're into crypto, I'll inform you of that. But we're talking, so December, let's talk about October, December-ish, okay? So let's do a vertical line. And let's just mark that in. So that's April, that's 2025. So we're talking, let's say October. Okay, so we're talking about there. October, November. Cool? Right there. Look, there or there. Cool? Let's just leave it at October, where we could potentially top out at. If you want, we could put it there, but I will be generous and do it that way. Quarterly time frame, you could easily crack up to, very easily, okay? The two main areas, you've got here at 416 US dollars, so 410, okay? That's your first one. So I'm going to say in between, that's your kind of major areas right there. You've got quite a few actually. But I would say your main areas, just watch out for here and here, okay? So that's $400 to up to about $660, okay? So I'll pop that in there. I'll pop this on the monthly, and I'll pop a little, if I do it on the weekly, there we go. You'll be able to see it a bit better. You probably would crack even higher than that. Yeah, no, I'll play it safe. Oh, no, I won't. Screw it. I'm not playing it safe. Screw you guys. That's looking more likely if it goes into a big bull market. Cool. I'm going to say profit taking area. You should be taking profits along the way, right? Major profit taking area. Let me put it there. And that's going to be major profit taking. Cool. Let me just extend that out a bit. Major profit taking. And I'd be watching anywhere up to the end to sort of October of 2025. So that could creep even higher. But look, that's probably not enough. At $400, that's only a doubling from here, roughly. That's probably not enough in crypto, probably not. So you are probably looking at somewhere between $660 to $1,000. And there's your psychological value. Could overstep and do $1,060 right there. Those are my two major profit-taking areas. You head up to 660, you would want to be taking some profits off the table. Also, depending on the time, because not necessarily do you look at time with crypto. So not necessarily do you look at just price with crypto. You have to look at time, okay? Particularly on the Bitcoin cycle, all right? The prices top out more like at timelines rather than at prices. So, for example, you could even overshoot. You could do something like, where are we, brush? You could something like that, and then you could peak there, but then around about here is when it starts to really, and then we're down. Okay, so you could peak higher, or you could peak lower, right? It's more about the time. You could do, something like that, and then it ranges for a bit, and then, then there. But the time is more important than the price, okay? But you want to use price as a guide. So $660 to $1,000 US. Let me prop that in for Sol. And then we'll get back to the usual, okay? 660 to 1,000 USD. Cool, cool. That's the major profit-taking area for Sol, only if we do crack up and we crack above 260, which I'm not sure about yet, okay? Because this would have to be going back into extremely overvalued once again, and for a good period of time too. On the monthly time frame, you'd have to be cracking back into extremely overvalued, and we've only just been there in March, okay? You'd have to be doing something like that kind of thing, okay? It's possible, but I'm not saying it's confirmed just yet. But look, Sol is the king of the meme coins, right? So Solana is the king of meme coins. And I want to talk about meme coins for a second. So let's just quickly talk about that. So that's your chart request there. I'll get rid of that. And quickly, we'll just talk about meme coins for a second. It might be, and I don't know because none of us have a crystal ball. It might be that meme coins might not be the big profit making more so than other types of coins in the crypto world this coming year. Why? JD Vance. JD Vance is the new vice president of the United States, vice president-elect. JD Vance is ultra pro crypto, but not, what is he? He's ultra pro crypto, but he's ultra utility coins. He's not a big fan of meme stuff, okay? They want to regulate the ever-loving hell out of it, which is actually going to be a good thing for crypto in the longer term. So anything that has more chances of being rugged, more chances of scams, all of that, they're going to probably crack down on or try to crack down on. So there's a thought that, crypto will still have a great run, but it might be more so back to the utility coins rather than your meme magic seasons, okay? So I'm in memes, okay, but I'm just looking at the moments like, do I get out of some, maybe I stay in the really big ones, like Doge is probably going to do quite well for crypto because it's linked to Elon Musk in a way. It's kind of like, feels like an Elon Musk proxy, so there's that, and maybe that's probably it in terms of the meme coins. Maybe start looking at the utility coins if you're into crypto. We can certainly see at the moment that crypto is back again once outperforming precious metals. Here's a little tip. Here's not a little tip. This is not a tip. Sorry. Here's a little inside baseball to me. As you know, I want to see my wealth increase. I am not married to my bags in any way, shape, or form. I was married to precious metals for a bit, but I've been in crypto since 2013, so I've never been married to one or the other. Although if there's one that's taking a particular direction, I will get out of some and go into the other. So just so you know, I have been selling a little bit of my silver recently, and I'm getting a little bit more into crypto because I'm just seeing that move happen where crypto for a period of time, I don't know whether it's 6 months or 3 months or whatever, I'll be analyzing it. I'm not out of all of my silver. I'm just moving a little portion into a little bit more crypto because I'm seeing it outperform precious metals at the moment. For what goal? For the goal of getting more precious metals later on down the track, because we know that the capital rotation into precious metals from the stock market is happening very slowly, but it is happening with gold, it's happening with silver. But in this little interim time, if I can up my ounces with crypto, mate, why wouldn't I? So that's just a heads up for me. That's what I'm doing. Not out of my silver at any way, shape, or form, but just moving a little portion to do that crypto play. Yeah, that's me. Final comments, and we shall get out of here. Ray M is here. I just saw you as I started doing all that other stuff. G'day, Ray. Good to see you. Final comments, and then we shall leave. So Pete Repeat says, welcome. Now we have both Osmium Kings in the house. Great. I'm going to have to check out Neil Hahn's Dynasty channel. Is it a big channel? Is Gerald Draper's, are they big channels? I'd like to know. Because you did say, Tony, always pleased to have USA chat royalty in our chat. Okay. Let's see. Love the short gold and silver breakdown. You are welcome. Knackers O'Reilly. What are your thoughts on Clean Air Metals Mining Company? Can you remind me on Monday if you're here, Neil? That would be lovely. Thank you. I don't have time to do any more. away. Final comments, and then we shall leave. Gerald Draper says, Neil is the ambassador of platinum. You two have something in common. Oh, fantastic. Neil says, I am the Prince of Platinum. Well, mate, I'm cautiously excited on platinum, as you know. Let's see, the Prince of Platinum. Love it. You should change your handle to the Prince of Platinum. Oh, Neil is a legend in the USA Metals chat, Joe. Thank you, Tony. I'm really sorry. I don't know all the people and I don't follow all the people. So great to see you on the channel, Neil. Neil, if you ever want to have a chat, let's jump on. Let's do a live interview. You can do it with your face if you want to, or you can do it anonymously, like Yankee Stacker style, where it's just you point your camera to a stack of stuff, to a stack of platinum, for example, and we have an on-air chat. Love to chat about stuff. That'd be great. Send me an email at gmstackers@gmail.com, please, Neil, if you want to do that. And Gerald, I want to talk to you about osmium too. Maybe I'll talk to both of you. I do love platinum. It is my fickle mistress. Lucy in the football does it to me every single time. I will be so in love with platinum when it starts clearing into my getting excited. And as you know, that's a bit too rude, into my final hurdle of 1,115. You close months above that, we're looking really good. Nearly at 800 subs. You are correct. Final comments, and then we shall get out of here. Yeah, you and Gerald should come on the show to promote osmium. I want to know more about it. Leave a few links in the comments after live stream for our friends across the pond. Yes, please. I actually lived in Holborn, Heather, talking amongst yourselves. Love it. Final comments, and then we shall get out of here. I love that there's lots of people watching. Lots of us Aussies watch Arcadia, Ninja, and other big US metals channels. Great. Good Morning Stackers is the best channel for Aussie charts. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. And we're building this community. Hit the big red subscribe button because we'll be talking to Yankee Stacking at some point. We've got to, because Yankee Stacking drops into the show every now and then. We're trying to rearrange the time that I go on his show to have a bit of a chat. It's not locked in just yet. Common love. Man, geez, comments are going forever. Look at you guys. I'm going to go to the bottom. Okay. All right, good. I am married to silver. Fantastic. We're going to leave it at that, my lovely people. That has been Good Morning Stackers for Friday, the November the 8th, 2024. As I said yesterday, we are now in the golden age. It's looking really good for stackers and, a little bit better for the world, I think, as well. That's it, people. We dance it out in the end. And it's the end of the week too, so have an amazing week. If something happens with the precious metals overnight before the close of the weekend, I will give you some kind of weekend update, whether it's a quick video or a quick little post on YouTube. Look out for that. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. Pete Repeat says, thanks, Joe. Have a great weekend, everyone. See some of you. Of course. Good old live. Absolutely. Do you remember me in the bird costume? That was my favorite live there, where I was in the bird costume. It's on the channel there somewhere. Lovely people. Great to see you. This has been
Good Morning Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good Morning Stack.
It's podcast time.
Grab It.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronised.
In
Slurp.
3,
Now
2,
we're on the move.
1. Slurp it, people.
Good Morning Stack.
Oh, that's a good bit of water. Stay safe, stay informed. Have an amazing weekend. And I'll see ye on Monday. Bye.